about it. All right.
Pop-Up, say hi.
I'm live, and shenanigans will now ensue. I've already got 2 people in the chat. That's fantastic. Hello, welcome to Saturday Morning Comics. For this special edition, I am on vacation with my moronic brothers and my dad. And they're all wanting to kind of make shenanigans during this. So this could be highly entertaining for many people. Kate is watching live. I see my wife set up an account so that she can watch live. So my brother's there. White Whale Comics, my partner in crime for Wednesdays, is here in the audience. Ryan, who I streamed the other day, is here in the audience. Let's see, Sam's Tangled Web. Good to see you.
Ryan, you picked a good day to show up.
So my brothers were making fun of me yesterday because
not making fun.
I tuned in. You weren't part of that.
Oh.
You were. I tuned into Ryan's Spider-Man live stream, and my brothers were like, "We're here with you, but you'd rather watch a friend in Washington State play video games," and that was basically the way they chided me. So then, yes, it came out. I came out to my. My brother's a big fan of The Office, and this is kind of what you're going to get, Ryan. Basically, I told my brothers and my dad that I have a YouTube channel. They now know, that I have,
We think it's awesome, by the way.
This whole secret life. One of you had joked, Reggie, I think, about how it's like, yeah, sometimes you don't know in certain circles, do I share the amount of comic book love that I have? And with my family, I really had downplayed the nerd factor. Well, now it's all coming out.
We were well aware of your love of comic books, John.
Yeah.
So there's no question about that. We just didn't know that you had an actual channel devoted entirely to that love. And now we will be constant viewers and fans.
Yeah, so the heckling has gone way up. I do want to shout out real quickly to White Whale Comics because Wednesday night we are doing a live stream together. It's a series called New Comic Book Day Book Club. And we're going to get the new Spider-Gwen book that comes out on Wednesday. We're going to read it. We're going to break it down with anybody who wants to join us. If you're not sure you want to buy it, you want to hear about it, it's a great way to listen in. If you bought it and you've read it, join us. If you want to watch it later and then break it down while you're reading the book as well, you can do that as well. We'll also have a mystery topic of discussion for the group, and that's something you can join in as well. I do think I need to give my brother a chair to sit in. This is going to be the whole time. There's like 3 other chairs here. You could totally sit. And my dad has taken off. He just bailed. He's like, I'm done with this. My younger brother is asleep, and he's threw a glass in there, which is my older brother pounding on that glass. So this is all very enjoyable, I'm sure, to him, not necessarily anyone else. So the first 2 books I want to run through that I've been reading and catching up on are these 2 that I got in my mystery mail call. I did the Ant-Man Season 1 about Hank Pym, and it's sort of like a modernizing of his story and how he came to be the original Ant-Man. And then this one, Avengers versus New Ultimates storyline, Death of Spider-Man. And I finished both of them. This one, I say, is way superior.
Spider-Man's dead?
One of the many times that Spider-Man has died. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert, it's right on the front of the book. So this is the one I would recommend of the 2. There's a lot to it, so it's hard to keep up with the story sometimes because you kind of have to know who all these characters are and why they would be against or opposed to one another. This one, I enjoyed it. It was all right. I prefer my Hank Pym as like the older, he was working, doing science in the 50s and 60s. I don't like a Hank Pym who's like 25 in the year 2010. Like I don't want like young kid Hank Pym with a cell phone. Like that bugs me a little bit. Like it just
that's fun.
I didn't mean to do that. I want my Hank Pym to be the older version, or tell this story but do it in that era. I think that would be the Hank Pym that I like. So let's see what's going on over here in the chat. Ryan, yep. And Ryan, we were still talking about my dad and his need to eat an apple entirely. So Kate, you should know this about your grandfather. He ate an apple yesterday, and I mean ate an apple yesterday like a horse. The only thing left was the little stem. He ate the core, he ate the base, he ate the top. The entire apple was eaten, and still blowing my mind. So that we're still working on. So that was the other topic of discussion for a significant portion of yesterday. Oh my gosh, Jamie is on.
Oh.
My sister-in-law and her
Jack?
kids are online,
What's
so
up,
it's
Penny?
probably my niece and my nephew. Wow, Sam's tangled web. I'll tell you, Sam. Now it's clearly my tangled web that I'm dealing with right now. John Brugman's here. Hey, John. John to John. How's it going? Yes, White Whale Comics. He ate it seeds and all. There was only a little stem left, and yeah. My older brother made the very clever joke of, "Hey, Dad, how many apples did you eat today?" And Dad would be like a horse counting out with his hoof. But yeah, he basically just downed an apple.
You didn't sell my joke very
It was
well.
odd. I can't sell you a joke because I can't get up and perform it. If you want to come and do your dance again, you're more than welcome to it. See, F3RN, you're here. White Whale. Yeah, shenanigans, White Whale, shenanigans. DC-wise, I've been catching up on 2 different stories. This is the one that, Ryan, you've been helping out breaking down Hellblazer, and I finished it. I finally read the entire thing. I'm super excited for the final version, or the final episode of your breakdown of this, because the last frame, not the epilogue, but the last panel of the last page had me laughing out loud. And Bob even was like, "What are you laughing about?" And I had to just stop and then like explain it all. So I'm super excited to see you guys break down the final issue of that story. And then I'm also now fully into the Sinestro Corps War. Ryan has been trying to teach me, guide me, because I'm not a Green Lantern fan, to kind of get me some knowledge base there. And I've read a lot of the trade storylines all the way up to this one. And this is the one that he's been telling me, you got to get to the Sinestro Corps War because it's the most exciting one. And I will say that I've been excited about this. The way they set this up was really fun. Right, Sinestro's got all the green power. Sinestro's got all the yellow power rings, and he's sending them out to try to find people who could instill fear in the populace. And there was a great one where he sent a ring to Batman because he was trying to get Batman to potentially join his evil team, because who could instill fear better than Batman? It was a wonderful little like build up towards these issues where you get to see his team and how they're kind of all going to be the opposite of the Green Lantern team, right? So that has been really, I've just started building my way through that one. All right, so let's see what's here. High five. We are all waving at you and laughing at silly Uncle Bob. Well, yeah, I think he's got a captive audience. I will say I'm at 12 viewers, so I've set a record, but they're like 90% family now. I don't know what's going on. I appreciate those of you who are not an actual Jameson who are in this chat, because this is a little bit entertaining.
I think Auntie Jamie's
I know I'm in the
it.
minority, but I liked that more than Blackest Night. You know, I heard that, White Whale, that most people felt like this was a real high point in the Green Lantern stuff that Jeff Johns did. So that was what I had heard a lot. And I heard that Brightest Day was a real letdown, and that I should stop at Blackest Night, because Blackest Night's really, really good. This was the high water mark, and that just skip Brightest Day. You can end right there. That's kind of what I heard. Definitely more focused than Blackest Night. Okay, well, that's cool. That's good to know. I'm certainly enjoying it, and I'm only like a third of the way through that one. That's the one I'm currently kind of trying to get my way through. How was your mail call this month? I haven't gotten mine yet, John. I'm in the second round. So I think he ships on the 20th. So it should be shipping today, maybe even. Maybe Ryan can say if he's going to the mail to go dance with the postal lady again. And here comes my brother, the dancer. There it is. But Ryan's got a great picture dancing with the postal lady, celebrating dropping the boxes off. I'm in the second group. So I'll get mine obviously before Halloween. Usually I get mine around the 25th or the 26th. It's about 5 days between shipping and in Seattle and then me getting it here in Southern California. So, yep, people saying skip Brightest Day. Brightest Day was a stinker. So, all right, there, good to know. I've been reading up and catching through to Saga. I finished trade 7. I'm reading 8, and I've got 9, which is the final one that they've released. If you don't know Saga, it's an incredible storyline, and it's currently on hiatus. The writer and the artist are taking a break. So if you can catch up now, it's the perfect time. The 10 trades they've got, or the 9 trades that they've got, catch you all the way up to where they just left off. I want to say they published in August, the last issue, a very dramatic kind of finale. Sorry, finale. There, that was the word I wanted.
Good use of English, John.
I'm a teacher. So the finale was really a powerful issue, and I have a few of the individual issues, but I've been trying to catch up on the ones that I had not read yet. So I'm working my way through Saga. It's a really, really great story. It's the, I guess you could say it's the Game of Thrones for outer space fans, for science fiction fans. So it's a really, really cool, diverse universe, and I really enjoy it. So that's a good one to be catching up on, and I'm working my way through it. F3RN says, I need to get into Saga. I haven't had time. It's really good. I mean, just grab that first trade. The next time you're in the store and you feel like, oh, I only got a couple of books that I like, what else could I grab? Just grab the first trade, because I promise you'll read the first one and be like, yes, I'm in for life. And it reminds me of Game of Thrones for another reason, which is that the creators made it because they thought it would never work as a TV show or a movie. They wanted to do something that was specifically comics and would never work anywhere else. And they plan, they say, to never sell it, to never let anybody make it as a TV show or a movie. So in that way, it's similar to what George Martin did, because he didn't want to make, here's my Game of Thrones quote, he did not want to make his books into TV shows because he felt like it would just never work. And that was the fun of it. He wanted to make something that he thought would never work on TV. Obviously, that didn't work out, and all of us to the benefit. Oh, and Rada is here. Kate's friend from school is online as well. So I've got Rada in there. Yes, Kate's in there too. You guys can have your own little chat. Whitewell says it started strong for him, but he dropped off from it. Yeah, and the storyline is so epic. It's obviously Saga. It's very big. And there's definitely been times when my interest was a little less or a little more, but I always feel like something will happen and get me back into it again. And there are so many cool characters that I really just get locked into them. Oh, Brian wants to know, Kate, when are we going to do year 1? So, Kate, you can answer in the chat there. You're supposed to be breaking down Batman year 1 with me. That's coming up. I got on Wednesday night with White Whale Comics, we got a breakdown we're doing, and I'm still doing my research for my breakdown of the alien species, the Brood, which will be a video that I've got to put together. So there's lots going on.
What about Archie?
Kate is not a huge Archie fan. Charlie likes, Riverdale, right? Yeah, Archie. Charlie loves it. I'm fully. Your joke backfired on you because Charlie is a huge Archie fan. Absolutely loves Archie.
Okay, what about Garfield?
They're not so big on Calvin and Hobbes.
Good.
And Far Side. Kate reads Far Side. I don't know that she gets all of them, but I didn't get them all when I was a kid. There were plenty of them where I was like, I don't know what Gary Larson's doing on that one. All right, 2 books left to share. I know that Tom will be excited that I finally have started reading a Hellboy. Never read any of these stories before. And my local shop said that this Complete Short Stories Volume 1 is where to start. Sorry, Bob wants to take a look. It has a lot of stories with him in Mexico. There's a whole set of stories where he's fighting different Hispanic sort of monsters down in Mexico, and I've been really enjoying it. And then there's some at the beginning when he's baby Hellboy, little Hellboy, and I just really enjoyed it. I'm still growing in my knowledge of Mignola and that whole world. If you want a better understanding of Mignola, White Whale Comics did a great breakdown of Mignola's art style and why it's effective and what it does specifically in Hellboy and some of those issues. And I think he even broke down some panels straight out of one of the stories that I was reading just yesterday. I was like, oh, I remember this bit with the creepy tree, and there's like a skeleton hanging from it, and there's like, and there's a bird tweeting in the side, and it's all this great like visual space usage. And he broke it down. So I'm gonna fail as a describer visually of what was going on there. From a story standpoint, I found it riveting. It was really, really well designed and laid out, and I really got a lot out of it. And I will say I noticed more of what the artist was doing because I watched White Whale's breakdown. And he's did a second one recently on Darwin Cook, who I've never known before. And I'm going to have to go and seek out some of the stuff by Darwin Cook just so that I can catch up on that. I love that video by White Whale. Yeah. I'm going to have trouble. Is it Kachung? I don't know that name. I'm sorry. But I've seen you in chats before. I'm at 16. Holy crud. You guys, I've almost doubled my record here. 16 people are watching. Yeah, Kachung, I loved White Whale's breakdown. And honestly, I don't see anybody doing the kind of art breakdowns that he does. I've never seen anybody do them as interestingly. I've never seen anybody really even doing them. But as clearly as focused, they're really, really great.
Dude,
so
what happened to Dad?
he nails it. Yeah, my dad just disappeared. I think he's probably chatting with a neighbor. You know, we're in a retirement community here, and it's 8 o'clock in California, which means that people around here have probably been up for 4 or 5 hours. So, oh,
that's gonna help.
That's a lovely sound. This is outdoor desert living, you guys. You know, you get what you get. All right, so on to the very last book. See, Jamie, your lucky number is 16. All right, well, hey, it's definitely my lucky one today. So this is the last one that I've been catching up on. I grabbed this a long time ago when Donnie Cates, the writer, came to my comic book shop to sign things. And he was signing a lot of books for me, and I even sent some to the mail call, Tom and Ryan's mail call. And he signed this trade for me. And he even drew inside of it, which he's a writer. He doesn't, so he drew the sword that is sort of the prominent piece in the storyline. But I never read it, and now it's going to be a TV show. It's like hugely popular. It's booming right now, so I thought I'd actually give it a shot. And I'm halfway through the story, and it's really, really good. So if you haven't read God Country, it's excellent. So it centers on a father with dementia, which, you know, Bob and I, we know a lot about. There he is, demented. No, it centers on a father with dementia and the son who's trying to take care of him, and the reality that maybe this father is not just your average dad. Maybe there's something supernatural about him. And when this mysterious storm shows up, what are you doing? He's just... Those of you with brothers, I know Ryan will understand. Those of you with brothers, this is the reality. Once they found out that I have a YouTube channel, this is what my life became the last day or so. The excitement and the waiting for this moment and what shenanigans they could pull on me. So anyways, God Country, when the supernatural elements come into play, it's really exciting. It's really well done. I don't want to ruin or spoil any of it, but the sword and the other people that are connected, it almost has like a Thor-like quality to it that I really, really dig. And so I'm excited to read and kind of see where this one goes. White Whale says the ending is tremendous. Does that mean that this is it's an all-included story, White Whale? I thought it was like one in a series and that it was still going. Was it like a one and done kind of a storyline? I was not aware of that. But that's all that I've been reading as far as lately, the trades that I've been trying to catch up on. Does anybody have trades they're trying to catch up on? I'm looking forward to the Spider-Gwen story that's coming along next week. I've liked that character for a long time, but I wanted to see if someone could take it in an interesting direction. So I'm curious to see how they do. Totally relate. My brother just got into high school with me, and he does stuff like that all the time. Yep, John, it's just the reality. It's the reality. Brothers make it exciting, says Sam. Darwin, brothers, that's how they show their love. Yeah, here he comes again. Yep, see, that's brothers. That's brotherly love. You have the right personality for this media, John. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Kachu. 100 bullets, Ryan. Yes. So I sent Ryan, I'm sorry, this is getting so bright outside that it's kind of like the lighting is kind of changing on me. I sent Ryan the first 2 trades to 100 bullets because I always loved that storyline, and he had never read it. And I think I've kind of hooked him on it. It's so good. White Whale says the same thing. I just think that the story was so well put together, and they do a great job of building that story and connecting all the little pieces together. It becomes something really, really awesome. So that is pretty spectacular. Let's see here. Screen share. I'm just checking Whitewell because I know that on Wednesday I've got to figure out how to get another person linked in so that when we do this on Wednesday, we can double the screen up and make this work. Jamie's got one of her kids saying, "Hi, Daddy." Your daddy's asleep.
Yeah, he's not awake.
We've banged on this window 2 or 3 times. Daddy is out. He is sleeping in, or he's just laying there listening. Kachuk says he's picking up the Ghost Spider for his wife. I got her Gwenom comics recently. Oh, that's cool. Gonna do an artist breakdown on Rizzo. Oh, nice. That'll be exciting. Eduardo Rizzo, he's the guy that did 100 Bullets. Now we've got a guy with a leaf blower coming through. So that might be my cue to kind of end this. We've had the beeping truck, the brother, the sprinkler system was on for a little bit. So I think we're going to have to wrap this up. My record now looks like it's 16, but I'm sure Ryan screenshotted a few things if I got a little further along. I'd be excited to see that breakdown. I've always thought Rizzo was hugely underrated. And I think I'm getting close to having the entire 100 Bullets run. I'm getting pretty darn close. Just finished Sandman, Endless Nights. Okay, I've never done Sandman before, and I know that that's a big crime. But I'm slowly catching up on some of those, like Hellboy, that I can make right what was once wrong. So last little thing, I want to remind everybody, Wednesday night at 8 o'clock, grab a copy of one of those, like, I don't know, 15 variants for Spider-Gwen. The new Spider-Gwen story is called Ghost Spider. Grab one, read it, and then join us for a chat Wednesday night. We're going to try to break down the art and the story and really enjoy it. I know Bob's going to do it.
Neuter and spay your pets.
Or do that. You know, now you have 2 choices for Wednesday night. Whatever you feel like doing. So you guys have a good day and enjoy that leaf blower. Just a little something for your Saturday.